The Oscars just happened and you went to some Oscar parties?
I did.
Now, you didn't come out your backyard for that, did you?
No. That was a big to-do. I mean, it's an amazing thing, you know, like this is the community that I'm in, and you go to these parties and they are a lot, they're work as well as just getting gussied up and looking pretty. But I went to, Madonna throws an amazing party every year, and I got to say, it was really spectacular.
Nice.
But the cool thing is, I don't know, I've been around a long time. You run into people that you love and people that you know. And I've known Dave Grohl a long time. And I saw him across the way and he was surrounded by a bunch of guys. And I was like, okay, well, I just got to go bust up the Bro Fest and say hi. So I went over and I hugged him and I looked around and it was literally Axl Rose and Lars Ulrich from Metallica. And it was a full rock and roll Bro Fest that broke up. But
that sounds like the party of all parties, though.
it was pretty amazing. Madonna had this amazing, she was on vocal rest and she had this amazing sign around her neck.
No, she did.
Yeah, it just said, "I'm on vocal rest, you look amazing." Like, that's what it said. And she was at her own party. It was super cool.
Yeah,
it was
I only
amazing.
went, I think, once, years ago. Do you go, like, every year, or?
I do, because I've got to, like I said, I've known Guy Oseary, who is Madonna's manager for many years, and they have a company together. And, you know, I think, my mom always told me, if you write a thank you letter, you will get invited back. And I have written a thank you note to pretty much every party I've ever been to, like in this town. And I think that's why I get invited back.
I'd imagine so. Okay, do you remember the first time you went to the Oscars? Because you were nominated then, right?
Yeah, the first time I went was when I was nominated. Oh, look, there I am.
Oh.
Crikey. I was so terrified. And I think it reminds me of, you remember the movie Gladiator? You know, when he walks into the Colosseum and it's like the noise and the sound and the light and the everything.
It could be overwhelming.
I mean, crazy overwhelming. Like the most exciting, most amazing moment, but super overwhelming as well. And I remember I was hanging on to my mum and dad, who came with me, and my sister, and just trying to breathe. But yeah, it went by in a blur, I've got to say.
I totally understand it. Now, your dress, I heard like your dress was,
oh yeah,
what happened with
that
the dress
moment.
thing?
Oh my gosh, that's my mum in the background.
Is it your mother in the background?
Oh my God. You know what's crazy is it's the anniversary of her passing.
Oh.
And I know, I'm so happy to see that she's here on the show with me.
What? That means she's come
the
to
most
see you. I love moments like that. You need some. I understand. I understand.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna get me.
Oh my God.
She loved, and that moment, honestly, I was heartbroken and I was scared, and I'd lost too much weight before I went on to the Oscars. The dress fell off. And in that moment, I had this wrap, and I just pulled the wrap around me and kind of carried on smiling. And my mom knew what would happen, and she was smiling too, but she was literally going, "Don't drop your shawl. Don't drop it. Don't drop it." So, oh my gosh.
You know what, Minnie? This takes me back. We kind of got a little bit in common, because, you know, my first Oscars, I wore a red dress. And y'all, I performed with Beyonce. Thank God she was on that stage. Yep, give her a hand. Because Minnie, y'all, my left boob want to be famous. Actually, it's the right. And I'm singing, "I Love You, I Do." And the right breast is literally trying to come out. Thank God Beyonce was coming up on the lift to take the attention of the audience. And I was like, "I love you," and fixed it. So seeing your dress mishap took me back too, okay? Sometimes it just seemed to happen at your first Oscars. Okay, so I want to know, it made a lot of headlines when you commented on a clip of Matt Damon winning the Oscar that night. Did you expect it to get the response?
No. I mean, oh my God, my little face. I mean, listen, I first of all, I want to wrap my arms around that young woman and hug her and go, "It's all going to be fine, honey. Like, don't worry." We'd recently broken up. I was, you know, nominated. He was nominated. The movie was so amazing. He had a new girlfriend. I was totally heartbroken. But I think it's like anyone who's been heartbroken can understand. It's like the last thing you want is everybody having a window in on that, and it was so public. So when I commented, like, It was just, I saw the clip, I hadn't seen the clip. And I don't know that I'd ever seen it. I'd never seen my face. The reaction when they won, and they cut to me, because there was a camera right in the face of the poor young 25-year-old girl who's about to burst into tears. And it was so raw and like vulnerable that I commented going, gosh, I wish I could have, what did I say? I was devastated, wish I could have celebrated more, as it was such an amazing moment, which it was. And you, from this vantage point, you know, 2020 vision, much later in my life, I wish I could have told her, honey, it's cool, like you can celebrate and life's gonna be great and beautiful and hard and amazing and you're gonna love again, it'll be fine.
Right. I'm sure you just helped so many others with what you just said, speaking to your younger self.
If you can, you know, our heartbreak is private, and then if you're an actress, it can be very public.
Yeah.
So maybe just us all relating to each other a bit more as humans. And that we have these similar experiences through different lenses.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can treat each other all a bit more kindly.
You said it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Talk to us about your new movie, Uproar. Tell us about it.
Oh my goodness, this movie. So we shot this movie in New Zealand. It was a movie that was set in 1981, and it is set around the rugby tour. So rugby is this, it's kind of like American football, except you don't play it with any protective gear whatsoever. And it was set during the time of apartheid, when the South African rugby team were not welcome anywhere in the world. But because of the extremely right-wing government in New Zealand, they were welcome in New Zealand, and there were huge protests and huge riots. And for the Māori people, it was a time of enormous conflict, because they wanted to stand with the people of South Africa, the black people of South Africa, but also rugby was the national game. So there was this amazing, it's a coming-of-age story of these two extraordinary boys, and I play their mum. I was married to their Māori dad, who is dead in our movie, and she's a single mum, and it's about this tension, this political moment in a coming-of-age story, and it is so beautiful. It is such a gem of a film, and Julian Dennison and Rhys Darby are honestly two of the greatest actors working today, in my opinion. So.
And you launched your 3rd season of your podcast, Many Questions with Minnie Driver. I love that. Tell us about that.
Well, so during the pandemic, my manager called me and was like, okay, what are you going to do? And I was like, what do you mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay home, wear a mask, wash my hands, like not see anyone. And he was like, no, you got to work.
Yeah, right.
Okay. He was like, what's the podcast? What's the book? What are you going to do? So I started thinking about, we used to play this game when I was a kid, from this really old questionnaire that asked you a ton of some really deep, some really shallow questions, all to kind of reveal who you are. So I had this idea for my podcast that I was asked the same 7 questions to all these amazing people. And I've had, you know, the ex-British Prime Minister Tony Blair, I've had the extraordinary icon Viola Davis, Dave Grohl, Jeremy O'Harris, Cindy Crawford. I've had these amazing people come and answer the same questions.
Same questions.
So it's my new season. I've got some, yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
That's a cool concept.
It's amazing. Please come on the show.
I was gonna say, like,
please come on the
I would
show.
love to answer those questions.
I would like to hear your answers.
And I love having you here. Will you come back again and see us?
I will certainly. Thank you so much.
You're awesome. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.